What's going on, guys, and welcome to another video on my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about how I ended up losing 5 pounds within 24 hours. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some tips on how to use this long term to be able to lose fat over a long period of time, as well as lose unhealthy amounts of weight, especially after the holidays. So don't forget to click on the sub button if you guys are interested in videos like this in the future, and we'll go ahead and get started, guys. So for future reference, I did not do a water cut where I sat in a sauna or an Epsom salt bath and sweated out 6 pounds, 6 pounds, however much, right? I actually used this strategy to cut off unnecessary weight. Right now, I'm still currently walking around 206, 208 pounds as of right now. When I did this strategy, I was about 215, 216. So I ended up losing about 8 pounds in the last 2 weeks, but roughly I ended up losing 5 in one day. So I'm gonna go ahead and highlight 3 things that I did to be able to execute and effectively do this in a safe manner, in a very inefficient way. So I'll go ahead and get into 3 things. So the first thing that I think is very important right off the bat is that you wanna be able to know how much weight you are losing while you are sleeping. If you don't have a bathroom scale, I would highly advise that you guys look into buying a scale. Scales can be anywhere from $60 to $80, but they are worth it, especially if you are looking for to track your weight every day to see how much weight you're losing, how much fat loss you're losing, so that way you can better gauge where you're at in your progress. So the objective is you want to weigh yourself every morning. That's typically going to be the lightest you're going to be on an empty stomach. So for example, you should weigh yourself every night after you're done eating your dinner. Once you eat your last meal of the day or of the night, you want to weigh yourself before you go to sleep. That's probably the most accurate reading you're going to get. And be able to gauge how much weight you're losing through the night, however long you're sleeping, 6 to 8 hours a night, and wake up the next morning on an empty stomach and be able to weigh yourself so you can get an accurate reading of how much you weighed 8 hours prior versus how much you're weighing at that point in the morning. So typically for me, I lose about 3 to 4 pounds during my sleep. So it's very important to know how much your body loses typically in a given period of time when you're sleeping, so that way you can better gauge an accurate reading of your weight. The second thing is to adjust your calories. If you currently do not count your calories, an easy way to do this is to, let's say for example, you eat 3 meals a day. Instead of eating 3 meals a day, I would literally cut out 1 meal. I would pull out 1 meal. So instead of it being 3, it would end up being 2 meals a day. And if you guys get hungry in the middle of the day, let's say you eat breakfast and then you wait until dinner, I would definitely fit in a snack right in between, so that way you guys are not too hungry throughout the day, and that way you guys are not starving yourselves. Or the other option to this second point is counting your portions. For example, if you're gonna stick with the 3 meals, and if you can't cut a meal out of your routine just because it's just too hard, another recommendation is limiting your portions. So whatever portions you get in your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I would definitely maybe cut in half of how much you're eating per meal. This is portion sizing. This is another option. Both options are very effective. Whatever option fits well with you, go ahead and pick the one. But typically both of these are pretty easy to do, and just be very consistent with it over a period of time if you do end up doing this long period, right? Lastly, guys, this one takes a lot of practice and discipline, but it's intermittent fasting. So this is actually very effective, and I've used this tool for years to shed off, up to 15, 20, 25 pounds at one point in my life. I believe this for a long period of time is very, very effective. I highly suggest you guys do more research about intermittent fasting. So the average duration of intermittent fasting is about a 16-hour window from your last meal. So let's say, for example, you eat your dinner, let's say at 8 o'clock p.m., you wouldn't eat the next day hypothetically until probably noon, around 1 p.m. probably. That would be like around a 15 to 16-hour window. I know this sounds very daunting, but I figured out a way that's pretty much the easiest way to do this. And I'll go ahead and explain to you guys really quick. So whatever day you choose to do this, I recommend you stop eating, you cut your eating off at 7 p.m. Eat your last dinner, eat whatever you're eating, and that's it. You do not eat anything else after that. Obviously, you go to bed a little later on. And let's say, for example, you wake up at 7 a.m. So from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m., that's a 12-hour window already. So now with 16 hours, that means, 16, minus 12, you have 4 hours left to fulfill that window. So with the 4-hour window that you still have left, I would avoid coffee, avoid snacks, avoid munching, Avoid all of it, drink lots of water. And what helps me to be able to get through this time, has helped me through my times of doing this is I either, go to the gym early in the morning and train for like 2-3 hours, or I end up, maybe take a walk. I would, recommend taking a walk, walk your dog, something like that. Find some type of activity that you're gonna be able to take your mind off of the hunger. Once you're able to do this for a long period of time, it's like you get very used to this feeling, and it feels it feels very refreshing after a while, after you do this for about 2 to 3 weeks, if you pick long-term wise. I highly recommend intermittent fasting for a long period of time of fat loss. And that's it, guys. Let me know in the comment section if you guys, ended up trying out the sequence that I have put out in this video, and let me know your experience. So if you found this video of any value, go ahead and give this video a like, and go ahead and subscribe, guys, if you want to see more videos like this in the future. And I will see you guys next time. Merry Christmas, stay strong, guys, and Happy New Year.